We'll give it about another 2 minutes. My name is Jason White. I'm an instructional technology consultant here at East Carolina University in the College of Education. Still got a couple other people signed up. We'll give them another 2 or 3 minutes. Start about 5 after. We'll give it about 1 more minute, and then we'll go ahead and start. All right, then let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Jason White. I'm an instructional technology consultant here at East Carolina University in the College of Education. And today we're going to talk about Google Gmail and Calendar. I'd like to do a sound check if you can hear me. I'd also like to see if you could please log into today's Meet Gmail calendar. You got a link in your email today. It's also on the front page. That way you can let me know if you have any problems. So please go ahead and do a quick sound check if you're there. Just log into the chat and say I can hear you. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start. This is Google Gmail Calendar, and this session is offered by the College of Education at East Carolina University. My name is Jason Whited, and I'm an instructional technology consultant here. You can download the presentation here, and the link was sent to you in email, or it's on the front page. And again, please log into today's chat, today's Meet. That way, if you've got any questions, you can chat with me there. So do one last check for an audio check. If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat center. Alrighty, people can hear me, so I'm going to go ahead and start then. So first of all, give an overview of why do we want to use Google Apps. The great thing about Google Apps for Education is that it's cloud-based, so you have access to it from anywhere you go to. You can be on your computer at home, at work, a tablet, your smartphone, computer at the library. You can be anywhere and get to it. And so these Google Apps for Education is great for the aspect of, if you're an instructor, a teacher, professor, something that you can say, students can't say, well, I've lost my homework. It's, my printer died, my computer crashed. Since everything's cloud-based and saved to the cloud, you get to it from anywhere. And the same thing with Gmail and Calendar. You can log on to your Gmail, your Calendar from anywhere. You can, in any browser. It doesn't have to be Google Chrome. It could be Firefox. It can be any Internet Explorer, any of those ones. Excuse me there. So that's one of the biggest strengths of Google. So let's talk about Google Chrome versus Google in itself. Now, Chrome is a browser. As you can see in the top right corner here, that means I've signed into Google Chrome. When it says here, this is my private account, that means that I'm signed into my Google account. It means I've got access to my Google Drive, my email, and any other thing accounts that I would have associated with Google, my calendar and stuff like that. So that way it's different. Now with the Google is what you can sign into Firefox, see the same thing, Internet Explorer, Safari if you've got a Mac, and see the same thing. But when it's paired with Chrome, that is when you get a lot of the power of it due to Chrome's ability to add on apps and extensions, which can accentuate what you're doing and stuff like this. And we'll talk about a couple of them up here that will be specific for Gmail and stuff. So what is Gmail? It's a free advertising supported email service provided by Google. So basically it's free email. And you can contact wherever, you can send it, have an account, you can pick your own name that's from options that are available and stuff like this, and go ahead and use it. The thing that why it's free is, why overall things for Google is free is for advertising, like I said, and that is because I read an article, it's been a little over a month ago, maybe closer to 2 now, where Google has generated more revenue through its advertising than NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox combined. So that's why they can offer these free services of such as Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Docs, and all that stuff like this, and the Google Apps for Education, because they get so much of their revenue through it. And Gmail ties into the Apps for Education is because you have to have a Gmail account to use all this stuff. So Google's kind of got you, in their fold to use it by saying, okay, we offer all these services and all you have to do is have a free email account, which you might see some ads in. And then you get access to docs, sheets, page numbers, sorry, that's Mac, docs, presentations, and sheets. So you can go from there. Plus along the storage and all that other thing like this. So that's where they get you. But Gmail is a pretty good, it's an easy, intuitive email system to use. And but it also has some nice features too we'll talk about. So customizing it, it's pretty easy to customize when you're looking at your Gmail account. You have some different options. You can say, look at it and do, you're customizing it over here, go over to the little wheel over here. And the thing is, when you look at Google, it's a lot, they try to keep a lot of the stuff the same. So I can say it's comfortable, cozy. If I want to click on cozy, it makes it a little bit more. There's compact. So did you see more part of the screen, how you like it? And I'm kind of more partial to the comfortable. You also can, so the options is you can play with your inbox and stuff like this. So when I go back to my Gmail account here, I'm going to go here to my inbox. I can say important first. So if I have an email marked important first, I can do that. I can say, no, I just want default. I can do, sorry. Unread, starred, and starred would be if you get some sort of priority in priority inbox. But also when you look in the default mode, you see that it has social and promotion. So this is kind of like, here I'm exploring Google Plus. It sends me all my Google Plus emails plus others that it deems as social, like LinkedIn and Scoop It and stuff like this. And your kind of your promotions. This is where you might get your, like, here's something from Apple, talking about the new iPad Pro, Pinterest, MLB, Sirius. So those kind of they're spam promotional that you might want to see. So they kind of break it down 3 easy ones. And when you have new ones in there, it'll tell you it pops up. But you can personalize it too, and you can pick your own theme. So go back over here, go over to my wheel, and I can say themes. And I can say, okay, here's a picture of my kids on the beach. And that is, you can see them kind of in the background there. Here, let's see if I delete some of this stuff out of here. I didn't there, never mind. But you can see them in the background, so you can do it, or you can just go back to default and save it. So, like I said, everybody personalizes a little different, so you have those options. You'll have some options here. Where is your, to organize it. And again, we talked about comfortable, compact, and you configure your inbox. So I go to configure my inbox. I can say these are the tabs I want. I have my primary, my social, promotions, which you can do updates and forums, include started. So you have different options. So you can add a couple more tabs. Now I wish that, one of the things I wish is that, you can click on there to get the tab 2 up here, but I wish you could name some tabs. So if you had some, you specific that you wanted to watch, like I want to say, MLB, and anything that comes in for MLB that could direct just to that tab, so I could see it there. But not yet. Google's very good about taking things, suggestions from people, and implementing them. So now labels. Labels, everything is a label. It was more like what you might call a mailbox in like other Outlook and stuff like this. We have folders and everything, but they just call it labels. And it says right there, Gmail's approach to folders is entirely different. Instead of folders, they introduce labels and archive, but the problem is a good percent of the users don't use it today. The best way to explain archive and labels, the fact that Gmail has one folder, it's called All Mail, and everything else are labels. So basically you're saying everything goes into one folder and then you just label it to where it goes. And then they combine all the labels into a folder. So when I go back here, and I do have a couple labels down here, I have in high school I played Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm an RPG fan. So I have that as a label, so I can click here. And these are all the ones these are some just things I follow through, some different newsletters and stuff from different online sites and stuff like this. So I have them all there. You also have the game one, which is I play online with some of my friends from high school again. A few years, we got back into doing email kind of gaming and stuff. Kind of a nice way to reconnect with them. Applications for jobs and stuff like this. My sent messages, work. You get your more, which is all mail, your spam, of course. And these are all just labels. Everything comes into your all mail. Down here, all mail. This is your overarching box. And then it breaks it down to level with whether it be inbox and that. And it's a very powerful tool when you use it, and you can organize stuff like this, just like you can do folders and stuff in Outlook and other email services. Now, starring something. So that just kind of allows, you can do that. You can actually star something in your drive. So if I want to say that this registration, I can right click it and add a star. I can remove a star. Something kind of gives it priority. So when I click over here, I'm clicking star, these are everything that's starred. So Google's taken this kind of, like I said, they do a lot of things that transfer over there. So I can say if an email is, I can start right there. And that thereby marking it starred says it's a starred email. So I can go down through here and I can look at all my starred ones. And you see those are my starred emails. But you also have superstars, which means that you can, it's bookmarks or favorites at different importance levels. So your stars are manually set by importance, and so it's at Gmail itself. If you love starring messages, you can go to settings general and scroll down to your stars and get more stars. So I can go over here to my settings, and it says to general. And you can scroll down through here. Importance for ads. Star section. Sorry. There it is, the star section. So I can say, I can do 4 stars or all stars. So I can choose those, or the 1 star, which was the default. So now let me go back to my drive here. Got to save my changes. And now I can choose okay. I thought I had it. All right. Well, let's move on. I'll have to look at that later. Okay. So another thing to do is filters. And this is a nice way to organize your Gmail so it automatically organizes your inbox. So, and I've done that when I created my filters, when I moved all my labels and stuff into here. So I can go create a filter by my settings. By filters and blocked addresses. So click on that. So here's where I can, anything that from my old job, delete it. Matches anything no drive stuff will go to my RPG, apply that label, and the drive through stuff will apply as personal. So basically I've set up these filters to say anything from there will delete it. Anything from here or here will give it a personal as a category there or label as RPG. So they're pretty easy to do. So if I wanted to set up a new one, I can edit, delete it here, create a new filter from my buddy Doug. And I can say, I can skip to archive, which would just, I can star it. And let's go star it and mark it as important. Create or categorize as, let's do those. Go to my inbox. Anything from Doug would be categorized. Anything coming from him would be categorized as important and starred. But you can really, when you get into it, again, all this stuff is, if you want to get the most out of this, is play with it and use it. I don't, obviously, I need to play more with it, but this is a secondary account, so that's what I use it as. So you can create contact groups, which is pretty easy. So I can go to my Gmail, contacts, and I have some different contacts here, groups. I have gaming. So see, here's some people that I play online with, so they're already a group. My table, this is something I did as a group when I was in a workshop, work. There's my 2 colleagues from work, and it's pretty easy to add people to groups. So I'm going to create a new group, and I'm going to new group them, say test noon. In that group, I get the option of rename group, adding people down here. So I'm going to add a person. So I'm going to just type in my buddy Dan, who works here. He's there. Add another person. Fails. She works here too. And another person. And he's come through my contacts. So I can add my buddy Doug. Now I have this group as test noon. So it's really easy to group. So then when I go to an email, create a new email, compose, I can do to test noon, and it would send out an email to all those people. Attaching files is pretty easy. So let's go ahead and create a new email. I'm going to email it to myself here so I don't send it to anybody by mistake. jason.white@ecu.edu. So you have a few different ways to attach. You've got the old-fashioned paperclip, attach a file here. So I can grab something from my desktop and open it. So that's attached there. But because of add-ons up here and stuff extensions, I can add on from my Dropbox. Oh, I have to sign a Dropbox. Or I can do it from my Google Drive. So I can pick up something I have in my Google Drive. So I could say shared with me or upload it. So let's just go ahead and do my Drive, documents, that one. And it's going to send it as a Drive link or as a Drive link. So it would actually send the link of what that I wanted to. Or if I wanted to do something that I have attached there that's not a Google document or anything like this, I can click on it and then send it as attachment. So I have the option to do it as a Drive link, or I can do it as attachment, insert. So now you see here's the document I did there and my guidelines for social media use. So there I have my 2 attachments, plus I'll also have my link that I can send in. And the same thing with Dropbox. Dropbox, it would pull the link out from there, or it would give you the excuse me, or the actual document, and then I can send it. I'm going to hold on to that for a little bit so you can see that. We'll hold on to that so we'll get some more stuff where you can show to send it. But it's really nice how it all ties in to everything. That it's tied it into itself. It's tied into Dropbox, which was an extension, but also with your Google Drive and with your images too. So if I want to go here and attach an image, I click on that, and then it has the option of something for my photo album. There's do that one. Insert that picture there. Or you have the option of insert a photo. You can upload it, or I can drag it and drop it in there. So I made it pretty easy, so I can take this image and drag it and drop it in there. And there it is right there. So they made it pretty easy for you to get information and stuff out from your email to other people. I really like the aspect that you can get from your Google Drive. Now, when you download attachments, so instead of having to open them and save them, you can actually directly do it, save them to your thing. So if you get an email, and let's say I've got one here from here, Jason, and this has an attachment to it. Minimize that. I can then, when I highlight over it, you can see I can save it either to my drive or if I have my Dropbox link to it, or I can download it. So I have that option, so I can say, okay, click Save to Drive. And if I want to save it to a specific folder, let's just do to my Images folder, and I'll move it over there. So it would actually save it and direct it to a specific folder. Show conversations. This is basically just showing that when I go to my inbox and I go to my general and settings, I can say how many you'll see. Here, my settings. And I could say I want to show 50 conversations, 10, 100, and show 200 contacts per page, or let's go to 50. I'm done. Save changes. So I don't have that many emails, so I'm really not showing that many. So you're not going to see a gradual change with that way. But let's go back here to settings and let's make it smaller. Let's go to 10 and 50. See, so now it's only showing you 10 and 50. So, but also one of the nice things is it shows you your usage down here of how much my space is being used. And I can manage it from here too. Your drive space, stuff like this. So your signature, and actually, when we say conversations, they actually call, instead of calling it emails, they're calling it a conversation. So when you say you're contacting somebody, they're calling a conversation first in email. So this is how many emails or conversations you're having with somebody. So your signature, again, when you want to edit it, let's go back over here. Settings is very powerful where you can go to do it. And you can scroll down, see, if you want to insert your image, like I have a picture there, so some people can see it. And your signature, you just make sure here you have your signature and you fill it in. And then every time you send out an email or a conversation, they'll get this. And again, you will want to look through these and see what kind of different settings you might want to have here. Canned responses. Now, this is interesting because if you're going to get back like, I will be attending the function, you can come back with a canned response saying, great that you're attending it. Remember that it takes place at this time, this time, this time. And it's really easy to set up. So you go down to the go back to my inbox, sorry. And I'm going to sorry. And I can do my canned responses down here. So I can go to my canned responses and create a new one. I also could put a label on this if I wanted to, label it as plain, print, check for spelling, default to full screen mode. But it's canned response. I could say new canned response, new test, and set up a canned response to it. If you're doing a lot of correspondence through here and you're setting stuff up, it's a very nice tool to have. Your vacation responder, so you're out of town. And there it is, vacation responder. So you can set your days and times and stuff like this. Sorry, I've got something in my throat, so not feeling well today. So, okay, undo a send. This is nice that you can undo a send within 30 seconds. So if you change your mind, so I can go back here and I can go back to my settings, my general. This was at first an extension that you could put on it, but they've actually built it in undo send after 30 seconds. So if I want to go send it, I can send it and I'll cancel the send. Now, add-ons and extensions for email. Now, one of the most important things that Gmail has done, Google's done, is it's allowed third-party vendors to have access to their product and create stuff that will make it more powerful. So, like Boomerang will allow you to schedule messages to send at a later date. I'll show you how to do that. Dmail is a simple way to send, more importantly, and send secure emails directly from your Gmail that makes sure that you're not sending it to the wrong person. Dropbox, which is an extension that ties your Gmail to your Dropbox. Just Sorry is kind of more of a tone check on what you're doing. Movie Note is you can create a quick video and send it, and send from Gmail. Default mail, I would provide you to compose Gmail quickly to say share via link. So I'll demonstrate some of these real quick. So when I go back to my email here and I'm send it to myself, and see I can send later, and it says Boomerang this in 2 days. Click allow. Login was successful. Now my Boomerang works. So I can send later. Now I'm going to send it in. I can say 1 hour. If no reply, Boomerang is no reply. If not open. So, and click send later. Oh, Boomerang means it comes back. So in 1 hour. And Boomerang this in. So it's in 2 hours. Send later in 1 hour. Scheduling message. But it's a neat app. I talked about Dropbox a little bit. Dmail is more secure. Just not sorry. Movie Note. When I compose a new email, so I'm going to make it to myself again. So basically, I'm going to create a video presentation. Real quick, I'm going to send it to myself real quick. It's being a little slow, but it's like basically like a screencast that you would send to that you do a quick thing. So if a response, you might open up another window, talk about it, and share it, and send it to a student. Let's go ahead and talk about Google Calendar. Now, Google Calendar is nice in the aspect that you can, help yourself be organized, but you can share your calendar with other people. If you really use it heavily, you can send it up to have people create accounts with you, especially if it ties in really good to Google Classroom. But we're just going to kind of give some of the overall views and some attachments here to this. So your calendar display. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get to my calendar. So I'm going to go back up here to we'll call it waffle, and then find my calendar. Click on it. And of course, I have to do everything through Outlook here. So I really don't use Google Calendar as extensively as I should. But my wife and I have talked about that we need to use it more from the aspect of our personal lives. So, And you can create different calendars. So here's my JSON. Here's one commemorative. This is one we created here that talks about, it's Earth Month, it's National Poetry Month, Laugh at School Week, Mathematics Awareness Month. And so we have some commemorative stuff. So you can set stuff up like that. But it's just a basic, you have your different views of your day. This is my today. Here's my schedule for my sessions today. Your week, your month. And look at it from that way. Refresh it if you want to print it. So go back to week. And we've gotten to March. And you can move back and forth. April, go previous, forward. So this is today now. So they call an event. To create an event is really easy. What we're going to do is go to the Google Calendar here. And let's go ahead and create something for Friday. I can name the event. Edit the event. And I want to say, actually, I want it from 12 to 1 time zone. Do it all day, repeat it into location. Work. And this is not the internet location. So if I want to put in Spate, the building I'm at, I'll do Spate building. So I can schedule to be a video call, my calendar, give a description, add an attachment to it. I can click on here and say, I want to add on that to it. So that would share with everybody who I invite to it, or just myself. I can color the event. Let's color this one green. And I'm going to say that I'm busy. So that means that people can't can't schedule anything over you. They'll know that you're busy. So, we've added an event. Now you can add guests to your event pretty easily. So go back over here, add a guest. So if I want to add my buddy Dan, he's added. And I want Holly, my coworker, she's my friend too. There too. So those people are there. And then I can, calendar cannot be shown. So these, I don't have access to the calendar, so I can't see their calendars, but add guests. So yes, may, no, maybe waiting. And I'm going to go ahead and send an invitation to this event. Go to the calendar here. Go ahead and X them out so I don't get anything. So I'm adding myself. And then I'm going to then save. Anybody that can view it. Send it. So now I've sent out my invitations. And that'll be sent to my Gmail account here. To my Outlook. And I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. But you can see my this image will show you that you can accept it, tentative decline. It's going to give me the who it's from. You can see right here it says Spate building, so you can get directions. Click on map, which is really nice. Any attachments I put on there are there too. And then you can say, am I going, yes or no? It's a little bigger here so you can see it. So again, I have the option of accepting it, tentative decline it. Who's the organizer? Again, this is an aspect that's really nice when you send it to, so you've got a map. So they really have no excuse of not getting there if you put in the location. Now tasks, these are something that helps you get a little bit better organized, so you can check them off and stuff like this. And so go back to my calendar. I'm gonna take off this commemorative, but I still have my task calendar up there, and you see I have a task there. So let's say I want to do something there. I'm gonna on Friday, but I don't. It's not the bust event. I'm gonna click task, and I'm gonna do meeting space. Great. So now I have my check meeting space. So then what I can do then is my marked off, or not marked off. And these are my list of tasks over here. Meeting tasks, so I can say, I'm gonna check it off. Is it checked off there or not checked off? So if you know you've got some busy things like this, it'll help you stay a little more organized. If you want to share your calendar, it's pretty easy to do. So I want to go back to my Google Calendar, to my JSON, whited ones here. And I can, that's another place I can create an event, but I can also do share this calendar. And I can, if I want to share it with somebody specifically, so I want to say share, the person can so they can see all event details, see only free busy, manage it, make changes to an event. So sharing with coworkers. So you have those options there. I can make my calendar public, which means that anybody can see it. Up to calendar. Oh, always, it's got to save it. I don't want to invite people this time. We also get the option of seeing your calendar settings. And it tells my calendar name, Jason Whited, the owner. You know, if I want to embed it into a Google site or something like that, I can take the code right there. Here's your calendar address, your private address, export to calendar. So just worth some things you can do there with your calendar. Now, other calendars is nice. You can, these are some different ones. So if you want day of the year calendar, you can add that. You can add like the Ohio Bobcats, my alma mater, I can say. Or I can do Pittsburgh Pirates calendar. So this gives me the baseball schedule. I do on Pittsburgh Steelers if there's anything there. It's not. Professional development. So you just have these different ones that you can go. So there's people out there that have created. So you can actually add a friend's calendar. So if Dan had one, I could add a friend's calendar. I could add it. You don't have access to the calendar, type a brief message, and you can send a request. So if two colleagues want to share their calendars, you can do that. If it's not a public calendar, if it's a public calendar, you would have access to it. Now, your calendar and your Gmail. This again is an extension, an app that you can put in there. And so what it basically does when I go to my Gmail is when I go down here to the gadgets, I have options. And you can get to this actually through your Gmail when I go to my labs and or gadgets. And this is where you can embed certain canned responses. And this is where the calendar Google gadget is. You click enable. Preview pane. Oh, I forgot to show this earlier for the preview pane. And this is nice from the aspect when I'm using my Gmail account, back to my inbox. You have it this way set up here. And now once I've turned that on, I can go to vertical split. So it kind of looks like Outlook. So you can see your emails there. was what I was talking about with labs. Like I said, there's plenty of choices there to look at. And again, look at it and play with it and try to follow. See what's always changes. They're always updating this and changing it. So we go back here to our labs. Labs here. This is for your different one. You might want to do some automatically decline event, just so people know right away you can decline it. You can always change it. For your busy, there's just some ones you can use next meeting. So, and again, you get to it in your Gmail by going to your settings and clicking your labs over here. So these are kind of experimental things that, and that's what used to be some of the other stuff. Like the delay was a lab for a while, and then they made it a permanent aspect of it. Again, I'm sorry for my voice today, a little scratchy. So if you have any questions now, feel free to ask. You can do it through chat, or you can send me an email later. You can get a hold of me. Please fill out the survey at the end. But if you need to get a hold of me, you get a hold of me through YDJ. You also can follow me on Twitter or LinkedIn or Google+. If you download this, you can get links to there. One real thing I want to talk to you real quick about is our Ed Camp we're having. It's coming up April 23rd. Our registration's about closed. We've now gotten some document cameras that we'll be giving out. So if you do our Smackdown at the end and talk about what you've learned in a day, you have a chance to get some really neat document cameras or other accessories. Plus, there's other give outs we'll be giving along. But the big thing about EdCamp is it'll be a kickoff for Eastern North Carolina Instructional Technology Collaborative, and which is basically an idea. We're trying to set up a group of people to talk about instructional technology and offer PD for it. In the K through 12 world, it's hard for some of these for counties and school districts to get PD for their technology PD for their faculty and their teachers and stuff. So we're trying to find partner with our P through 12 that it's not just me giving a PD session. It might be somebody in Craven County or somebody in Pitt County, and then we'll offer it up to everybody else in the Eastern North Carolina aspect or the Latham Clinical Schoolwork. And then again, like you do for this, is once you get to 10 sessions, you can get a CEU for it. So if you've attended 10 of our sessions, contact me at ydj@ecu.edu. And then from there, you can, once I got you 10 sessions, we'll send you a CEU. It'll be a technology CEU. It's not a literacy or anything like that, but technology. And as of right now, it's free. So if you've got any questions, feel free to get a hold of me. And I hope that it's worked out for you. And good luck. I'll hang out for a few more minutes. And like I said, if you got any questions, shoot me an email or on chat. Since there does not seem to be any questions, I'm going to go ahead and close the session out. I hope everybody has a good day.